What's good, relatives? Welcome to the Holistic Hip Hop
Yo,
Podcast. I'm your host, Ra MHTP. This is Holistic Hip Hop, a place where we're going to be bridging together hip hop and holistic health and wellness. Today, we are talking to a good brother by the name of Kyle James, aka the
yo,
Healthiest Rapper Alive. How you
what's up
feeling
with
today?
it? So I'm doing good, man. Know what I'm saying? Just feeling blessed to still be alive and still be able to breathe like this good air and stuff.
Mm. A good ass prana,
Mhm.
huh? So, is Kyle James? Is that your birth name?
Yeah, that's actually my real name and shit. That's my first and last name.
All right, that's dope. I was gonna say, how'd you come up with that name? But obviously, it's just your maiden name.
Yeah, like I remember when I was becoming a rapper and stuff, I was trying to figure out like what I want to call myself, and I didn't want to come up with like a bad name. And in high school and stuff, people would just call me Kyle James. It's like one name and shit. So I was like, I don't know, I just started going by my real name and just stay with it.
Did you
And
ever
now
did you ever have any other names?
I haven't had any other rap names. I've had other nicknames in my life, like King or King James. But yeah, that's the only rap name I've ever had and stuff.
Biblical.
Yeah, but I do have kind of like a secondary name, like James Hendrix, because I
Right.
did this album. I did this album in 2021 where it was kind of like themed off Jimi Hendrix in a way. Like not as much like the musical sound, but just like the aesthetic and stuff. And like so I made like a little like alter ego character, and then also go by Healthiest Rapper Alive. You know what I'm saying? That's my slogan and stuff.
That's funny, man. Like we got a lot of shit in common. I actually had an era too where I was not into necessarily Jimi Hendrix's music, but just his vibe, his aesthetic. I had like a poster on my wall of him. I had like my fro all grown out.
Hey,
That's crazy, right? So let's take it back a little bit. You grew up in Hartford, Connecticut, correct?
yeah, I grew up out there in Hartford, Connecticut.
What was it
Yeah,
like growing up there?
it's like Connecticut's a beautiful place. We're underrated. We grew up with all four seasons. So like, first of all, I was born in the wintertime. I was born in December. So like, yeah, my birthday is like around like was like a couple weeks before Christmas and stuff. But it's like we got like that real wintertime, like growing up, like building snowmen, like having snowball fights, and like just like I remember like it didn't really feel like Christmas if there was no snow and stuff. Like yeah, so like I don't know, the East Coast is just a whole different energy than West Coast and stuff. It's hard to explain, but I moved out here to the West Coast when I was like 17 and stuff. Moved to Arizona,
What are
but yeah,
some of the biggest differences you feel like culturally between the East Coast and the West Coast? Like, what are the things that you like about being on the West Coast now, or what are the things that you don't like?
yeah. So I say the things I like about West Coast is just like the weather, and it's just pretty laid back. It's pretty chill. It's it depends on where you are in the West Coast, cause like I'm in Arizona right now, but I also spend a lot of time in California, and I like being in Cali a lot better, cause you got like the beaches and the weather's a lot better than AZ, and just like
You got water, actually.
yeah, for real. So yeah, like yeah, California is like a whole different vibe than Arizona and stuff. But East Coast, I do love the East Coast too. Like when I go there, it's nostalgic. It's just like I said, it's just a whole different energy. Just the way people are, and when I'm around East Coast people, it just feels like it's just nostalgic, like I'm at home or something. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's dope. I actually just went to the East Coast a couple months ago. I really liked it. It's my first time. Well, it wasn't my first time, but it was my first time outside of Manhattan. I don't really consider going to Manhattan, going to the East Coast, because
Yeah,
it's
it's
so touristy.
like touristy over there.
Yeah. When did
Yeah.
you start making music in Connecticut or you started in Phoenix?
Now I didn't start making music till I was in Arizona. Like I started making music kind of late. Like I was already like in college and stuff, and like the way I started. Remember, I was going to ASU at the time, And then I met another homie that he was like already a rapper and stuff, and like I started hanging out with him, and we'll be blazing, and like he'll give me the freestyle and stuff. And he already had a microphone, and I remember one day he just like turned the mic on, and he was like, "Hey, let's record these freestyles. You down?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm down." My first freestyle recorded, it was over that "Ink My Whole Body" beat by Wiz Khalifa. And then like I remember like I just kept freestyling for a few years, and then eventually I recorded my first song, and then I did my first show, and then I just really started getting into it and stuff. And I've always been into art ever since I was a kid. Like when I was a kid, I used to draw and paint and like build stuff with Legos. So it just felt natural to be in the music. Felt like I was supposed to been in music for a long time.
That's how you know you're in the right place. So
Mm,
you started freestyle then. You didn't start with writing.
nah,
So you probably didn't have that struggle that I feel like a lot of artists who start with writing have, like where you don't know your voice yet. Do you feel like you had your voice like right away, or you kind of had to grow into it and figure it out, develop it?
I had to grow into my voice because I look at some of my old songs from like shit. I got songs from like 2014 and stuff, and like yeah, my voice just sounds way different. Like my voice, I don't have the confidence in the voice. At that time, I just didn't know how to control like my pitches and everything, and that's before I got into singing too, because eventually I started like working on singing drills and like doing melodic things too. Yeah, so my voice developed a lot over time. And then
You feel
over
like it
time, I
developed a lot because of those singing drills?
the singing drills definitely helped. Plus, like continuously doing songs, and then I've also collabed with a lot of different people that do a lot of different styles of music and stuff. So like being around like all these different styles, I'll be forced to do like different voices and stuff on different songs. Yeah, because I've been on like R&B stuff. I've been on reggaeton songs. I've been on like gangster songs. I've been on like trap songs, like all kinds of songs that required different voices. Just collabing with different people over the years. So now I feel like I got different voices for like different occasions, or I can even blend them and stuff.
That's dope. I mean, versatility, I feel like is a superpower. And
Yeah,
sounds like collaboration has helped you with that versatility, huh?
yeah, definitely. Because I've done like I said, reggaeton. I've done songs with like Japanese artists. Like there's this one artist in Japan I know named Tokyo Marie, and like we did a couple songs. But he's like a Japanese rock artist and stuff.
Hmm.
But we found ways to like mesh our styles, and I do the rap verses in English, and he does like Japanese hooks and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like really there's a way. You know, if there's a will, there's a way. People can have completely different styles, but you can make something happen. That's dope.
Mhm.
Who were like your early influences when you first started?
So like when I was growing up, I listened to like a lot of East Coast hip hop. I was a big 50 Cent fan and G Unit and Jay-Z and Eminem and like Lloyd Banks.
Okay, Lloyd
Um
Banks. Yep.
yeah, Lloyd Banks is one of my favorite rappers. Cassidy, Papoose,
Hmm.
Fabulous, Bone Thugs, Wu Tang, like
Oh, you cut out for a second. All right, so you were beginning to say you were listening to Max B and French Montana before we cut out.
yeah, those are two of my favorite artists too, especially Max B, cause like I know he just got a whole different style, and like homie always showed love to Connecticut too in his music and everything. Yeah, nobody sounds like Max B. Like that's like one of a kind sound and stuff. And even like Wiz Khalifa and Kanye West and people like that gave him props and stuff. Even though like I feel like nationally, like I feel like a lot of people don't really know who Max B is. But like a lot of like the people you listen to like know who he is and stuff.
Those are the rappers usually, like your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. Most people probably
Yeah.
Most people probably don't know them. That's how it is. What
For real though.
what was it that made you feel like you can do it too? Because I feel like a lot of times we'll be spectators and we'll watch other people doing these things, making music, etc. But a lot of us will be like, "Oh, I can't do that for X, Y, Z." What made you be like, "No, I can do this."
So like I remember I was a kid, like around like middle school. I was starting to play basketball and everything, and I'll be in the backyard with like this little radio where it was battery powered and stuff. And I remember I was really getting into the music and starting to study the rappers, and I was even going into like old school hip hop. Like I was only in like middle school, and like I was studying hip hop from like 80s and 90s, like stuff like from before I was even born. But but I feel like when I met my homie Tyler at ASU, that helped a lot because he was like one of the first rappers I seen that like was actually like recording music and everything. So like I feel like he kind of got me into it, and then as I was doing it continuously, I was getting better. And then I was like, yeah, if I'm getting better at this music thing, getting better at freestyling and writing and all that, I might as well keep going. But yeah, I feel like definitely like seeing the homie already having a recorder station and everything, that helped a lot. And I still make music with homie today and stuff. That's what's crazy.
I was just
One of the
about
day
to ask,
one homies.
what's his artist name?
Produced by Tyler.
Okay, he does more like production too.
Yeah, like back then he was more of a rapper, but now he produces a lot more. He still raps too, but he decided to focus more on like the production side.
It's hard to do both. I've tried to do both, but nah, I'm just 100% focused on the making of music.
Yeah, for real though, cause like you're right, it is hard to do both, cause like you can only focus on being the best at one thing at a time, really.
Yeah, you can only give 100% to one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Has your music always been like kind of health conscious, or is that something that you kind of evolved into?
I evolved into the health stuff like a couple years ago, cause originally my first songs, like I still make some like trap music here and there, but yeah, a lot of my first songs were like either trap music or like stoner songs. I still make some of those too. Um, I was making songs about like partying back then. I'm still down to make a party song and stuff, but I don't drink like that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like I was making songs about like drinking before and like sipping lean and now it's like I don't really like use any drugs or drink. Like I smoke bud still, but even then, like I think I'm about to go on like another break from bud and stuff.
I'm on day one right now of not having bud, so
For
I'm
real,
I'm there with you. Yeah.
that's crazy because I'm actually on day one right now too and shit.
Ah, shit. That's crazy.
Yeah, because I had stopped smoking for like a whole 2.5 months, but yeah, I started back up again. You know what I'm saying
How old are you?
I'm 31 right now.
Okay, we're around the same age then. Yep. I'm 30.
Yeah, hell yeah. But
What's
yeah,
that?
the health stuff. Like towards the end of 2019, I started like watching like a lot of YouTubers, like spiritual YouTubers and stuff like that, and started getting into meditation. And I remember I had a homie that was going vegan too, and he sent me a video from Russell Simmons, one of his interviews, and that dude was talking about how he was vegan for like the past 20 years and the health benefits. And he was talking about how a lot of the first African slaves were forced to eat the meats and stuff. So yeah, like I stopped I stopped eating meat within like probably like a month or two, and I went pescatarian. And then after like 9 months, I had got rid of like fish and all that stuff and dairy and all that, and I went full vegan. The end of like September 2020, and then like I
Okay.
started calling.
It's been like
What you
4 years,
saying?
huh? It's been like
Yeah,
4 years.
been like 4 years. Then I started calling myself the healthiest rapper alive. I don't even remember where it came from. Like I remember, I don't know, like I was listening to like Lil Wayne or something, and you know how he used to call himself the best rapper alive.
Yep.
So that kind of like gave me an idea. I'm gonna remix that and call it Healthiest Rapper Alive. And then that's where I came up with that slogan. And then
I
yeah,
like
yeah. And then eventually, I remember I went to Connecticut and I linked up with my homie Jay Lonzo. I met him at a show out there. And a couple months after I met him, he sent me a beat and he was like, he had like some of his lyrics written already, and he sent me like some of the first lines of his verse. And the first line was sea moss in my smoothie, my life's like a movie. That was his first line of his verse. And then he had me do the hook. And then I decided to throw that Healthiest Rapper Alive in the hook. And then we made the song called Healthiest Rapper Alive, the official song. And then like months later we had shot the video and stuff. And that was like the true like birth of like the Healthiest Rapper Alive movement and stuff.
that's dope. I mean, that's something I feel like is way better to strive for, to actually be healthy as an artist, because that's not really the norm that we see. We see so many artists eating hella junk food when they're on tour, doing hella drugs, not sleeping, etc. Have you been doing tours at all? Have you been on the road at all?
I haven't really done tours. I've done shows in like a couple states and stuff, but I haven't really like done like a multi shows tour. I have performed in Cabo, Mexico before, because last year I was part of this modeling event, and then we could also perform our music and everything if you're an artist. And that was my first time performing like in a whole nother country and stuff. So yeah, that was pretty dope.
How'd they receive it? Did they dig it?
Yeah, they digged it. Like they liked it. I did two songs. Did my song called Vibe Out, and then I did this other song called La Vida es Hermosa with my friend Mommy Hustler. And yeah, it's pretty dope out there.
I always think about that, like about performing in another country. I think that'd be dope. They might not understand everything you're saying, but I feel like they could pick up on the energy.
Yeah, you can definitely feel the energy because like even my homie that does the Japanese music, like he sends me like translations and stuff, but like I don't know, you just feel the energy of the music. Like obviously I can't understand like without the translations and stuff, I can't understand what he's saying, but it's just like an energy you feel. Cause even before him, like I did like Japanese music. Like I did like it's called like 1980s city pop. It's like it's like Japanese music, but it sounds kind of like black music from like the 80s and stuff, like the black dance music and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The type of stuff that my mom listens to when she's cleaning the house, probably.
Yeah. Have you ever heard the city pop?
No, I've never heard of it before. Nah, I'm gonna have to look it up. City pop?
Yeah, like 1980s city pop. It literally sounds just like the music like black people were making in like the 80s and stuff, but it's just in Japanese.
Like slightly electronic kind of vibe, disco kind of vibe?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about. Speaking of that, like when you make music and when you put music out, what is it that you're trying to make the listener feel and think?
It depends on what song it is. Like I do have my health conscious stuff where I'm trying to like get people to like live healthier lives and put the information out there. But at the same time, I want to make it a vibe. I want to make it wavy and stuff, so it's not like corny or whatever, or like boring. You know what I'm saying, but I felt like I have other songs where I was just like rapping and I just turned on a beat that I really fucked with and like I just want to kill it or whatever. So it just depends on like I feel like every song has a different like purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, different energy. Are you the type of artist who like you have a song in your head already and you find the beat, or do you just play a beat and then the beat kind of takes you in a certain direction?
Yeah, normally I find the beat and then the beat takes me a certain direction. Except sometimes I do have a song in mind, like when I was doing the theme songs, like say like I did theme song I did for Naturally Herbs.
Hmm.
In that situation, I have an idea for a song I want, and then I'm trying to find a beat to like match that vibe, and then I come up with the hook like after I find the beat and stuff. So when I make those specific like theme songs and stuff, I already know I want to make a theme song, like I already have that idea, and I just need to find a beat to fit it. But normally I'll find the beat first and then come up with the vibe and everything.
For sure. Yeah, I feel you. I'm in a similar boat too. Speaking of those theme songs, you've done quite a few theme songs for vegan restaurants, for herbalists. When did you first get into that?
So yeah, I was at this restaurant called the Desert Roots Kitchen out here in Tempe, Arizona, and I remember I was telling the girl that was working there, I was like, yeah, the day before I made a song and stuff. And then she was like, yeah, you should make a song for us. But she was just like kind of playing around and stuff. And then at that moment, I was like, damn, that's actually a good idea. Like, she didn't even realize she gave me gold. I was like, damn, that's a good idea. So I made a song for Desert Roots Kitchen and I showed it to the owner. And then she ended up loving the song and stuff. And then we did the whole music video and everything. And like, it was hella dope. Shorty hooked it up with like mad food and I don't know, it was the vibe. Like every time I go to the restaurant, like there'll be customers in there and she'll be like, hey, this is the dude that made the song, the theme song. You need to check it out. Like she'll literally show him the video. Like I remember her mom was at the restaurant and like she was showing the song to her mom, and her mom's like an older lady, like 60 something or something, like, and she liked the song and everything. And then after that, we also got the Giving Tree out here in Arizona, and I made a song for them and did a video and everything. And then yeah, after that, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna keep this trend going and just keep doing this wave because nobody's doing it. Like people used to make jingles and stuff, but I feel like I'm one of the first people to like make actual songs for these restaurants, and it's only for like the healthy vegan restaurants too and stuff. Like not just any restaurant could hit me up. You feel me? Like your food gotta be healthy enough for me to eat. And
No,
then
that's real though. Like the whole jingle industry is that's big money, man. People make hella money for doing jingles. So if you can get the right with the right places, it can really set you up.
for real. And then yeah, my third one was that Naturally Herbs one. Cause like I remember I was in the Bay and I found like the only alkaline restaurant out there, Naturally Herbs, and I just really started vibing with the people, and then eventually I was like, hey, I can make a song for y'all. And then the dope thing is the owner of Naturally Herbs is the rapper too.
Mm.
So that was the first theme song where I had the actual owner of the business on the song with me.
That's fire. If y'all are in Richmond, go check that out. It's in Richmond, right? Naturally Herbs.
Yes, in Richmond.
Yeah, y'all gotta check that out. So being someone who spreads light, oftentimes that comes from going through darkness and understanding it intimately. What what is it that keeps you going through that darkness and keeps making you want to spread the light in the world?
I know there's not that many of us doing it because we live in a really dark world. So like we need some people out there that are like making the world a better place, you know what I'm saying? And then also I feel like I'm one of the only people in my family that could like put us on and like I'm trying to make my family wealthy and everything. And I know if I don't do it, nobody else is gonna do it. And like I'm trying to break people free from like the slavery that we're living in basically in the society of like being a slave to money and all that stuff. So I'm just trying like I'm just trying to free people, you know what I'm saying? And free myself too, because I want the freedom to be able to travel wherever I want, whenever I want, and not have to think about like having limited funds and all that. Like I don't want none of those kind of restrictions for me or any of the people in my life or anybody I know. Yeah, we just all want to be free.
I feel you on that. Is there anyone in specific that really motivates you? Like you wake up and you like think of this person and that's what keeps you going even though things are hard.
Yeah, for me, my dad passed away when I was 15.
Mm.
So yeah, my dad's definitely a big motivator in my life. Like I just want to live a life that will make him proud and everything. And looking back, my dad always believed in everything I did. And I know if he was alive right now, he'll be really supportive of the music journey and proud of a lot of the things I'm doing. So yeah, definitely do it for my pops and stuff.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful way to take it. My
Yeah,
condolences, by the way, but yeah, that's a beautiful way to take it.
thank you.
What is what's your creative process like?
So like normally I'll find the beat first, and then once I find a beat I like, I kind of like freestyle to it a little bit, or like I might like either freestyle or mumble to it until I find like kind of like a melody I like for the hook, and then I'll fill that melody in with words, and then once I have the hook, I just write verses that fit that hook. And sometimes when I'm coming up with the verses, like I might just mumble to myself, find like the flows I want to use. And then once I got the first couple lines, like I just mostly got it from there. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I need to come up with a second flow or something around the second half of the verse or whatever. But yeah, like that's kind of how I do it.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that. That's basically how I do it too. People don't understand that. Just mumble the rhythm, get the rhythm out, and then the words will come. Once you get
For
those
real.
words like 3, 4 bars down, you're set.
Yeah, because the flow is definitely like just as important as the words and stuff. If not, probably more important.
Yeah, nah, for real. I mean, they say there's I forget what it is, flow, and then I forget what other people say. But I feel like we don't have to sacrifice substance. There you go. We don't have to sacrifice flow to have substance. Like we can have substance and flow. That's what I like
Yeah,
about
for
what
real.
you do. You have that flow still, you got that flavor still, you got that vibe still, but you're also saying something.
Yeah.
So back to the vegan kind of stuff. When what was it that made you be like, okay, I need to start doing something different? Cause I'm sure you didn't grow up eating all like super healthy. First of all, what did you grow up eating? Like what was your diet like?
So yeah, I grew up eating all the trash that people be eating. Like I grew up eating like Burger King, McDonald's, Taco Bell, like KFC, like all that stuff. I remember for breakfast, my mom used to make like yeah, like bacon and eggs and like pork chops and all that stuff, know what I'm saying? Yeah, all that all that bad stuff for us. But yeah, she still eats the same food now. I try to put her on the health way, but like people don't listen and stuff, know what I'm saying?
Unfortunately, yeah. So
But yeah,
seeing all that and like growing up around all that, what made you be like, I'm gonna do something completely different?
so like I feel like probably around like 2017, I had got back into working out and stuff, and I was starting to have like a six pack, and I feel like I kind of looking back, I think I like didn't want to eat food that would hurt my progress or something. So like I kind of stopped eating like fried foods around that time because I wanted to stay like cut up or something. And then I'm trying to think like somehow I just knew like certain foods are bad, and I stopped eating like fast food around that time. But I didn't. I went pescatarian like the end of 2019. Like I said, it was that interview that the homie sent me. Like once I started learning about the meat and like, do you know who Spiritual Soul is?
Yeah, yeah, I know who that is.
Yeah, I started watching Spiritual Soul too, like the end of 2019, early 2020, and like they're talking about the spiritual effects of all these foods and like just like breaking free from the matrix and the government and all that stuff. And I feel like my soul just naturally started to not resonate with like meat and stuff anymore. And it just kind of naturally just didn't want to eat it no more. Like I just naturally like I remember I was in the grocery market and I was just looking at the dead fish and I was like, damn, it's like it's just sitting there dead, just like looking at me like and I don't know, I was just starting to get grossed out and stuff. So it just kind of like naturally happened.
Yeah, I feel like there's a point kind of where that almost the curtain falls down is what it seems like because we see all this stuff and we don't really register that it's like a living thing that has eyes and but when you see that shit, it's disturbing. It's hard to continue on with it. I saw this kid one
Yeah,
time
for real.
come out of a sushi restaurant. He went in the back, and I guess he had seen what was going on back there, and he freaked out, and he did not want to touch anything on his plate. And the parents were
Damn,
like,
for
"Oh,
real.
you mean anything? Just eat it." Da, da, da. And I was like, "He's traumatized. Just let him not eat it today. Like he might get amnesia and he'll eat it again a week later, but don't make him eat that after he saw that. Come on."
For real. And I do have memories of when I was a little kid, like asking my parents, like, damn, why do so many animals have to die for us to like eat them and everything? So it's like I did kind of have like a thought in my head when I was like 8 years old or something. But eventually, yeah, like, like all we had was what our parents gave us. So like, yeah, I was just eating meat and everything. But I did like it was just naturally in me kind of already
Yeah, no,
to just think about it.
that's around the same age too, where I kind of had that connection and was like, I don't want to do this anymore. But I didn't control what I ate, so I just had to eat what was on my plate.
Yeah.
How did your family and people around you respond to you making that change?
Yeah. So like certain people they thought I was getting like bougie or something. Like I remember like because back in the day, like the same homies I used to chill with, like we used to drink, we used to eat Jack in the Box, Taco Bell, and we just drink like tap straight out the tap and all that stuff. And those same friends, they stayed like on that same like wave, and then I was evolving and like yeah, like even my family, like people are like, "Then you're always eating something weird." And for me, I'm like, it's only weird to you know what I'm saying? Like say I got like say it's a soursop, it's weird to like the normal American, but there's probably more countries where soursop is not weird than countries where soursop is weird. Like, know what I'm saying? Like, if you go out of the country, it's weird for you to eat hot Cheetos.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it's spreading around to the point where it's not weird anymore. But you're right, a lot of places don't have the same amount of toxic compounds in their food as we do.
Yeah, for real. So yeah, like, and then certain people they're like, especially going vegan, they're like, damn, where are you getting your protein? They're all worried about you. They feel like you're gonna shrivel up and die.
Hmm.
Not realizing that like there's vegan NFL players and UFC fighters and there's
Body.
people in the strong man competition that are vegan and stuff.
Couple of the Olympians from this last Olympics were also vegan.
Yeah, so that whole like myth that you need meat for protein, that's like a super myth that like I don't know why people still believe in that.
Yeah, it's pretty outdated. It is very outdated. So you were met with a little bit of pushback.
Yeah.
How did you navigate that? How'd you get through that?
I feel like yeah, no matter what, like nobody's gonna stop me. So like once I'm determined on something, like I don't care like what nobody says. Cause there are people out there I meet and they do kind of try to question you to try like almost like challenge you or something. I don't know, but they'd be like, "Oh, like, how do you know this is the best diet? Oh, like, don't you feel weak? Oh, like." They just ask questions like, "How do you know the people that are making your food are actually making it healthy?" I'll be like, "I know the owners of the restaurant. Like, I know it's like whatever they try to say. Like, I know I have an answer for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, like I know certain people they're just like against the vegan movement, kind of like yeah, because I feel like there's still like this like myth that like you need to eat meat and all this stuff to be manly and all that. And I'm like, bro, like meat doesn't even raise your testosterone. Like that's like a whole myth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it could actually do the opposite for you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's kind of crazy all the myths that are perpetuated because what happens is people do these little clips, these little TikTok clips about, oh, veganism does this, and it actually has no scientific basis, and then people run with that. I mean, to be fair, it also comes from the vegan community. There's also pseudoscience there too, but a lot of these things that people are saying are total pseudoscience.
Yeah.
So you just
And I
had that determination energy though. You're like, I don't care what y'all are saying. This is what I
For
want to do. I'm
real.
gonna do it. You're a
Cause I
Capricorn,
was like,
right?
I was studying like health people, and like I knew like this was the right wave. So like people who were like don't know what they're talking about, yeah, I can't let them bother me. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, no, you can't. Gotta keep going. And you felt like better since you've been vegan, since you've been eating more alkaline and especially raw?
It definitely felt good. Like I feel like when I started eating healthier, I was still young, like cause I still did it in my 20s. So like, but like, so I didn't feel too bad. But looking back, even as like a teenager, like I look back at I didn't have as much heat resistance. Like say it's like 95 degrees outside. Back in the day, if I was running or some shit, I would get like cramps or my stomach would hurt or something. Like I remember being like 12 years old or something, and I drank a milkshake from Burger King, and it was like really hot that day, and like I ended up like throwing up and
Oh,
everything. And
popped.
yeah, like, but at this point, I feel like my body's super heat resistant to where I can run and like I could run in like 115-degree weather, and like I don't overheat. Like I just my body stays hydrated. Like I just so I could handle like high ass temperatures and stuff that I couldn't really do when I was younger and stuff. So that's a big difference. Like you could really feel it with the intense heat and the sun.
Yeah, no, that hydration makes a massive amount of difference. It really does. Especially
Yeah.
out there in Arizona, that kind of sun.
Plus, I've also noticed that I feel like I'm the highest energy when I'm raw vegan and I'm like sober at the same time, like never smoking bud or nothing. Like I feel like that's my highest energy to where like I barely even need to sleep, and like I just feel lit, you know what I'm saying?
Yep, nah, I know what you're saying. I'm on that right now too of day one.
Yeah.
So I know you've done juice cleanses, you've done raw cleanses, you even done some water fasting. Out of all of that, is there any like particular cleanse that you've done or fast that you've done that was like the most powerful experience for you?
A couple months ago I did a watermelon fast, and I was just a watermelon fasted for 40 days.
Oh damn,
And
40.
like, yeah, and I know it was a unique experience. Like, I don't know, I felt really good. Like I felt like it like really cleansed me out and everything. Like I don't know, I just had high energy, and I don't know, it was dope. Like it's a weird experience because like it gets to a point where you don't gotta think about what you're eating that day. Like I just like cut more watermelon. I literally would just chop the watermelon in half and just eat it with a spoon. And then whenever I get hungry, I'll just eat some more watermelon. And then also like it saved a lot of money being on the watermelon fast because like I was eating around like one and a half watermelons a day, and the watermelons were like $9. So it was like that's kind of like the least expensive I've ever ate, and it's crazy because it was actually healthy. So I feel like I was spending less money than people who eat fast food.
Oh, definitely. Now, right now we got seeded watermelon organic, and it's 79 cents per pound.
Hey,
It is like I've been saving money just by eating a whole bunch of watermelon.
for real though, like even when you do the juice fast, like when you make a watermelon, like it's mad juice from the watermelon.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And like right now, I've been on this juice fast. Like today's actually day 9 that I've been on a juice fast, and I'm actually kind of surprised that I still have like strength and energy, and I'm still able to go to the gym and all that. Cause like I thought I was gonna feel like weak or something. Cause like I've done water fast, and like I've gotten like weak during the water fast before.
I
But
mean,
the juice fast is a little different because like you actually get like nutrients and stuff from food. Well,
right.
from juice.
You're still getting the calories, so you have that energy. But yeah, water fast is nothing. Yeah, how long did you do a water fast?
I've done a bunch of 3-day ones. I think I've done it probably like 8 times, probably 7, 8 times. But I've never gone past 3 days.
It's tough. It's
For
tough.
real.
Past that third day, you just like, ah.
Especially when you got work and everything, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah, no, if you working and everything, that's definitely really tough. I've heard of people who have done like 21 days and we're still working, but I have no idea how they do it. None at all.
Yeah, supposedly it gets easier after like day 3 or 4 or something.
Yeah, that's usually the point right there. Like right where you really want to quit is when it starts to get easier.
Yeah, like I think that's what it is. I never broke past that part yet. That 3 day mark. But I might try it one day.
Yeah, no, I mean it's good to even just do 3 days. 3 days does a lot for your immune system, for your gut, for your insulin sensitivity, etc.
Yeah.
So you got this song, Crypto Hulk, and there was this line that stood out to me. It was finally about to be rich like I'm supposed to be. I'm about to be a
Hey.
dual citizen overseas. Where are you trying to
Hey.
go?
So I'm most interested in like all the tropical countries, like Central, South American countries, some of the African countries, some of the Southeast Asian countries. Those are like the places that I really want to be at, where it's like warm, tropical, a lot of fruit and stuff. Those are the places where like I'll be down to live and stuff. Like say like a Costa Rica or like Thailand or something like that, or like Tanzania or something.
Tanzania is beautiful. I've seen pictures of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, cause like I study people that live in different countries, and like the cost of living is just way better in like say like a Thailand or something like, cause out there, for what you pay for an apartment out here, that's like a mansion
oh
in
yeah,
another country.
easy. 400
Yeah,
bucks, you get like a luxury suite.
I know, and then that's just the rent. Like imagine the food. Like you'll probably pay nothing for food in certain countries. And then I remember I bought a soursop from Sound Produce, and the lady that was working there, I forget what country she was from. It was somewhere in South America or Central America. But she said in her country the soursops were like 50 cents.
Hmm.
And I'm like, damn, I just paid $38 for this soursop. Like it's
Yeah,
crazy.
I've only had soursop in Costa Rica. I've seen it here, but I've been like, I'm not spending $30.
Yeah, it'd be pricey out here. It should be crazy. The last one I bought it was for a music video. I was like, yeah, I need it for the video.
See,
And it was $38.
that's the future right there. Rather than going and renting a car for the music video, we going out and we buying fruit, the most expensive exotic fruit you can find. That's
For
fucking.
real.
That's
For
how.
real. I remember one of the homies, he was like, yeah, that's how you flex. You pull out like designer fruit and stuff.
Hmm. There you go. That's the future wave right there.
Yeah.
So if I'm not mistaken, you did you get to meet Dr. Sebi's son?
Yeah, I know Victor, Dr. Sebi's son. My first time I met him, it was like the end of 2023, like September or something, or August, September. He had an event out there where he gave out a bunch of free herbs to people, and he was talking to people, give a speech. There were a lot of dope people at that event too, like cool ass people I met. I met Dick Gregory's daughter too. She was up there. Do you know who Dick Gregory is?
Oh, Dick Gregory, yeah.
Yeah, his daughter was up there at that event. Yeah,
Was
she was
what's
mad
his name
cool.
there too? Scott Bernard? I think he was there too.
I'm not sure. I've been at a couple of those events. Yeah, I'm not sure if I met him or not.
That's dope. What was it like to meet, the son of Dr. Sebi?
So it was crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like at that moment I was like, damn, I'm like really in this health movement. Like I'm really in this shit, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm meeting all the biggest people and all the best herbalists in the world, and like I don't know, it was just hella dope. It was a dope experience. So it's cool. It's cool knowing homie and even some of the other herbalists I've met and stuff. Cause it's like it's crazy because Dr. Sebi was literally like working with like Michael Jackson and like Left Eye and stuff. So like that's what's crazy.
I was just watching a video earlier of him today when he was talking about his Supreme Court case. They told
Yeah.
him he needed to bring nine people in. You needed to bring one person in who he cured from cancer, who he cured from AIDS, blah blah blah, like all the different things. He brought in 70 people, 70 plus people.
Damn, that's crazy.
And that's the Supreme Court. That's no joke. Like to get through the Supreme Court, that's crazy.
Yeah, and like that's why like when I meet like random people want to talk about health stuff and they think I don't know what I'm talking about or they think like I'm crazy or whatever, I'm like, bro, I'm like really tapped in this health like movement. Like I know a lot of people like we really study, like we really I've seen people heal people like so I don't know why people try to challenge this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Cuz it be people that don't even like study anything. They just go off what they was taught and just whatever they come up with, you know what I'm saying?
I think it's easier for a lot of people just to kind of just believe in the narrative that they're being told, because then it means that they don't have to make a change. It's easier to be like, okay, I go to the doctor, they give me a pill, like I'm supposed to be getting sick. I'm at this age. This is normal. It doesn't it makes people comfortable. It's weird because it makes people uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
Discomfort, but it makes them comfortable to not challenge that.
Yeah, you're right. Cause like people gotta realize they think, oh my God, cancer just fell out the sky. It was God's will for that person to get cancer and die. I'm like, bro, like, nah, everything's in your control. Like, it's not just random out of nowhere. Oh my God, cancer just dropped out of nowhere. Like, bro, like that's what people gotta realize. Like, everything is your fault in this life. Like, with anything, whether it's health or your money or the situation you're in or someone broke up with you or whatever, like everything is in our hands. Everything is our fault. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Almost
everything
everything.
is our
Like,
everything's our responsibility. Definitely.
yeah, like you can't control maybe if somebody died or something, but for the most part, our choices reflect everything in our lives.
Absolutely. Yeah. Damn, what was I gonna Oh, I was gonna ask you about the fruit festival, the Woodstock Fruit Festival. How was
Eh,
that? You
It
got you
was hella dope.
won a ticket, didn't you? Didn't you just win a ticket to get out there?
Yeah, I won a free ticket. So shout out to Misfit Vegan. She had a contest where you had to stay raw vegan for the whole month of December, and you had to post about it and use her hashtag every day on Instagram. And actually, let me take it further back. So I remember I went to one of the raw vegan meetups, and I met a couple other homegirls like Justine and like Star Vegan Love and stuff, and Anecha, and they were talking about this fruit festival, and they were like, "Yeah, you have to go." And at that moment, I was like, "Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna have the money saved up, or I don't know if I'm able to take time off work for that, or like I was like, I don't know if it's gonna work." You know what I'm saying? But eventually, that contest popped up, and Star Vegan Love sent me it, and then on December 1st, I just started on the raw vegan cleanse and stuff, and then I remember I was at LA Fitness. And I checked my phone right before I went in the shower, and I had a message from Mr. Vegan. And at that moment, I was like, "Damn, like I already feel like I won or something." And then yeah, I got out the shower, checked my phone, listened to the message. Misfit Vegan was like, "Yeah, you won the contest. You won a free ticket to the Woodstock Fruit Fest." And I'm like, "Damn, that's crazy." Like I remember halfway in the contest, I started telling people I was gonna win. Like I just started manifesting it. I stopped saying like, "Oh, if I win or I might win," or I just started going with it. Like, yeah, I'm gonna win, and I ended up winning. And yeah, the Fruit Fest, it was hella dope. Like, was out there in Homestead, Florida, and met a lot of dope ass people. I got to perform my Sunflower Vegan song, and like they really love that song out there. Like the Sunflower Vegan song, like they really every single age range of people, they were like loving that song for real. Like I really felt like a celebrity out there. And I shot a video for the song out there too, which is gonna drop pretty soon. It's actually gonna drop this month.
Okay, dope. Is there a date on it yet, or just sometime this month?
I'm not sure exactly which day yet. Um, I need to come up with a date though. It's already September. I'm gonna do like September 20 something, like around there.
Okay, so by the time this comes out, that's probably out right now. Look down below.
Oh yeah, so definitely check out that Kyle James Sunflower Vegan music video. Yeah, that'll be out soon.
Yep, yep.
Oh
So
yeah, and then that song right there, that's like a raw vegan anthem. That's what that song is.
that's dope. How's that going on in the community? Like, is it blowing up?
Yeah, like a lot of people share that song and like put it on their stories and make a little content with it and everything. And like people tell me like that's their favorite song and stuff. So yeah, like once I seen the response to it at the festival, I was like, this song could blow up because if I could find more people just like these people, and then like, you know what I'm saying, there's other people in the world that are just like this particular group of people. So I feel like that song definitely could blow up. We just need all the vegans in the world to hear it.
Yeah, I mean that's essentially what I'm doing, trying to, with creating this platform, is trying to find those people who into hip hop, into music, but also at the same time they're into, yoga, breath work, fasting, veganism, raw veganism, etc. Because there definitely
Mhm.
is a wave of people.
Yeah, I really love this wave. This vegan industry has been really supportive and like feel like my music career went to the next level once I got in this industry. And now it's like we're actually standing for something. Like we're actually promoting stuff that's like actually helping people.
Yeah, promoting health.
Mm.
So I just got a couple more questions for you. Um, Kind of want to pivot a little bit. Let's talk about basketball. So you said you played basketball. How long did you play basketball for?
Mm. I played a little bit like in middle school, a little bit in high school and stuff. And like, yeah, I still play basketball every once in a while. I want to get back into it. I haven't really hooped in a while, but I'm about to get back out there, start hooping and stuff. Like, cause I just like it. It just keeps you in good shape and just you feel athletic and everything. And I don't know, hooping's just dope. Like, you know what I'm saying, it's just, I love it.
I really feel like hitting that swish feels very similar to me as like getting a really dope rhyme in.
Oh
Or
yeah, for real.
the same kind of hit, that serotonin little on the swish.
Yeah, it's dope. You can compete with people of like all ages and all different kinds of people. Basketball just brings people together. Cause you see, like even international, you got like Asians hooping, and like you see how Yao Ming was like the Michael Jordan of China and stuff. So yeah, like basketball can really bring people together and stuff.
Certainly. Do you feel like that was a big part in this level of determination and persistence that you have?
Yeah, cause like in order to play a sport, yeah, you do have to be determined, and like you have to be able to like fight adversity and everything. Cause even when I was younger, like you have to like run and do all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to have some level of like discipline and everything.
Yeah, you gotta be able to push yourself. I definitely notice with a lot of the people who are pushing themselves in the realms of like fitness and the realms of health that they have some kind of sport background.
Yeah, yeah, for real. And then I feel like even just growing up, like even with basketball and stuff, I think it just kept me away from like smoking cigarettes and like just drugs and alcohol. Like I didn't really start drinking till I was like 17. Like I didn't even smoke weed till I was 17. So like it kind of just never made sense for him to smoke like cigarettes and stuff like that. Especially because my dad and my uncle and stuff, they were athletes too. So it's like I was always kind of in the mold in my head, like I have to be like athletic or whatever. Like my body has to be like athletic. So I was always in the mindset of like I could never be fat. I can never like smoke cigarettes. I just never wanted that.
Hmm. And that's probably what kept you like relatively healthy, like healthy. If you didn't do basketball, who knows where your health would be?
Oh yeah, you're right. Cause even when I like ate McDonald's and stuff, like I was either hooping or I was working out here and there, or like so I never was. I never was fat ever.
Yeah, you can get away with a lot just from doing sports and being young. Like I ate so terrible when I was young. Top ramen, just all the worst stuff. Fritos,
Yeah.
Takis. But I was wrestling, so it's like I still did feel uncomfortable in my body a lot of times. But if I wasn't in sports, I'd probably be such a wreck.
For real though, it'd be like a whole different. Like I'm thinking about if I was completely inactive and then I was eating the way I was eating back then and stuff, like who knows, maybe I would have been like a little chubby or who knows. But I feel like I do have a really high metabolism. Always have.
So you do you have a fitness kind of regime that you go to now?
Yeah, I've been getting back into the fitness. Like I like doing yeah, like bench press or like I'm getting back into it. I haven't started doing like the deadlifts and stuff yet, but I like doing those and just I do the machines. I be doing like boxing workouts. I be yeah, I just switch it up, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just do body weight stuff or just like pull ups or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. Or I like to run too. And it's crazy, like I stopped smoking blunts, like tobacco blunts, like 7 years ago. But before, when I was a blunt smoker, like I used to hate running. Like, I could not run back then, even like as like a 16-year-old. Like now I think about even before I smoked blunts, like I still hated running. Like when I was like 16 and stuff. But now it's like jogging's like nothing to me. Like I could like run for a minute now. Like my cardio got way
Yeah, the breath, it's all in the
better.
breath.
Yeah, for real. Like I actually don't mind running now. Like I can't get tired unless I'm actually sprinting. When
Mm-hmm.
back in the day, I remember like if I ran like 1 mile or some shit, even if it was jogging, like I'll probably be like winded and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had to pick one song from your catalog that is currently out for the audience to listen to, what would that song be and why?
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Sunfire Vegan right now. Just because that song is like it just really is like a big monument to like what we're doing and stuff to like spreading the health and everything. And then the video's about to drop too. So like yeah, I'm really trying to have that song blow up for all the vegans in the world. But yeah, if you want to hear like some of my like non-vegan music, check out that song called Vibe Out that I got too. That song's pretty dope. It's like kind of like more like a chill smoking club type song, whatever.
Hmm. Any last words you want to share with the people?
Um, yeah, so last words. Just stay on your health journey because like your health is the most important thing you got, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're a billionaire today, but they say you're gonna die of cancer next week, like money doesn't mean nothing no more. Cause you know how like a lot of people be like, oh, I can't eat healthy, it's too expensive and everything. But I'm like, bro, like your health is worth way more than the money and stuff. Like your health is like your most valuable possession is you. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing's worth more than you. And it's like we treat material possessions like cars and shoes and stuff better than our own body,
Mm,
which
yeah,
is crazy.
that is
And
crazy.
then oh yeah, and then one more thing. Don't don't eat food if the owners of the companies probably don't eat it. Like say like let's just say KFC. The owner of KFC probably doesn't even eat KFC, you know what I'm saying? Like cuz they're smart enough to know it's bad for you. Plus they probably got like the best chefs in the world to make them food cuz they got money and stuff. So it's like why are you going to eat something if the owner of the company probably doesn't even eat it? At that point you're being finessed.
Mm.
Like I feel like I'm being laughed at. Like I can't even do it. You feel me?
Yeah. The colonel's just sitting there laughing at everybody, huh?
For real. Like you got like owners in McDonald's like, oh, we're not giving this shit to our kids. Nah, fuck that. But
Yeah.
we'll give it to y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is for y'all low income people. I feel like they look down on people like when you eat Burger King, they're literally like looking down on you, like, oh, we made this for you low income people, for you ghetto ass people, and you guys are making us rich. and I just can't be looked down upon like that. So that's why I can never eat fast food.
And fruit is the best fast food there is.
For real though, that's a real fast
Ain't
food.
nothing faster. I mean, it does take a long time for the fruit to grow, but once it's ready, just boom, you're done.
For real. Like you just grab that apple and just grab that shit off the tree. That, you know what I'm saying?
Let the people know where they can find you at.
It's your boy Kyle James, 860. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube. Just look up Kyle James 860. I'm also on Spotify and Apple Music. Just look up Kyle James. And there's a couple other people named Kyle James, so you might have to type in like Kyle James Jets or something, and I'll pop up on Spotify and Apple Music.
Dope, dope, dope. You got
Yeah.
anything other than that Sunfire vegan video coming up? You got anything else dropping soon?
I have another song dropping on September 13th.
Oh, okay.
Do you know who Trinius Henderson is?
Who?
He's a YouTuber named Trinius Henderson.
Nuh-uh.
So there was this YouTuber I started watching him back in like 2019, and he'll make a lot of videos about like manifestation and just a lot of stuff he'll talk about, a lot of different topics. But eventually I reached out to him for a feature, and yeah, I got a song with Trinius Henderson right now, about to drop on September 13th.
Dope. How you spell Trinius?
It's TRENIUS,
Mm-hmm.
and
Henderson.
then yeah, and then Henderson.
For sure. I'll check
Yeah,
it.
he's a pretty dope YouTuber. He's been dropping a video like every day for years. So
Damn,
yeah,
every
homie be on
day.
the grind.
That's committed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Let us know down in the comments. Go check out Kyle and what he's doing. Keep tuning in for more episodes of Holistic Hip Hop. And I hope that y'all have gotten some encouragement, some empowerment, some inspiration, especially for healing by watching this. Kyle, thank you for being my first
Much
official
love.
guest on Holistic
Yes.
Hip Hop.
Yes,
And
sir.
yeah, we'll probably get together again for another episode in the future.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me, and I'm glad I had the opportunity of being the first one ever.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Family, you have a good one.
You too. Peace out, y'all.